Really quick video for you guys tonight. I don't have much time, so I'm just going to go over some NBA best plays quick because there are these star players and I want to tell you guys what is the correct direction to kind of play these in. You definitely want to be abusing these as much as possible because they do give you that 10% boost, and that 10% goes a long way, especially if you're spamming them throughout entries. Recap of last night's picks: we were so close. Everything was looking amazing. The 3 greens cashed within the first period, so Drysdale was popping off on the shots. He got those 3 shots. Then this cashed together in that first goal. It was a Barkov assist to Carter Verhaeghe. That was a goal in the first 10 minutes as well as the assist. The only thing we needed was the Bouchard assist, but Edmonton did not score a goal the whole game. And honestly, Bouchard had so many opportunities to get that assist. They shot about like 40 times, Edmonton, as a team. And Bouchard was on the end of a lot of those potential goals. Unfortunately, he did not pull through. So unfortunately, we could not get that 4 out of 4 for the 10x. Now, as for the protect the play on CS2, you can see how strong the correlation actually is here. Both these games went in the opposite directions of what we were going for. So this game here, W7M versus Audic, was an absolute blowout. You could see they went way under their lines. Card only got 10 kills because Audic was blowing out Card in both of the maps. So when that happens, you can see both of them went under. Despite the fact that Audic did still win both maps, there was not enough rounds within those maps for both of them to go over their props. So that is exactly what happened there. And then the complete opposite in Nouns versus Wildcard. These are both longer maps. They probably went to overtime because you could see they absolutely destroyed their lines. 43 kills out of 28.5 and 52 kills out of 29.5. So that just proves how strong the correlation actually is. Unfortunately, we're on the opposite side of that correlation last night. Then I'm going to give you some leans in the NBA and go over a couple of these star props because that is what you're going to want to be implementing. Then I'm just going to give a full 6-man. I'm not going to get too in depth into it. Like I said, I don't have much time in today's video. The first prop I'm liking is Jason Tatum on his over 9.5 rebounds. It is a star player. You're going to get that 10% boost. And if you go over Pinnacle, you're going to see some nice juice on Tatum's over 9.5 rebounds. Minus 131 on the over, plus 101 on the under. Let me turn that into actual percentages for you. And you can see minus 131 on the over basically means he has about a 52% chance to go over that 9.5. Of course, that is pretty good, especially when he's giving you that 10% star boost. He did clear last game and he has been pretty consistent on this. Not that it matters too much, but he's been averaging 10.4. So I'm sure a lot of you watching are going to be quite comfortable taking Jason Tatum on his over 9.5 rebounds. Another prop that I was liking that I'm not liking anymore was Kyrie Irving's points because he was set at 22.5. I did lock him in earlier in the day with the Discord at 22.5, and he is now bumped. So I always talk about popular picks. A lot of people are on this. I'm not sure on the over or the under because he didn't clear last game, but I'm guessing people are on the over. And a lot of people are on this prop, but if you are getting it at 23, you're too late to the party. At 22.5, it was a good prop. Despite how popular it is, I wouldn't touch this Kyrie Irving prop at 23 points. Same thing for Jaylen Brown. If you're taking the over on Brown, you're too late to the party. I'm pretty sure it was at 22.5 this morning. And at 23.5, the play is actually the under. I'll show you once again on a sportsbook. You see 22.5 is juiced towards the over. We're not getting him at 22.5. We're getting him at 23.5. And there's a massive difference between 22.5 points and 23.5. If you go over to a sportsbook that does have him at 23.5, you're going to see Jaylen Brown points on Bet365 actually has juice towards the under. It's not crazy odds for him to go under, but it is more likely for him to go under than over at this 23.5 point mark. Like I said, if you got at 22.5, completely different story because that 1 point is going to matter drastically. That being said, the fact that you get that 10% boost, again, is going to be very beneficial. So you want to be on Jaylen Brown's under 23.5 points. If you want to play on Kyrie, the best one is actually his under 3s. And once again, he's that star player. You're going to get that 10% boost. These 3 guys you want to be throwing in as many entries as possible throughout all of the playoffs. Those boosts are going to add up to a lot of extra profit. So even if you have a full MLB slip, definitely go and throw one of these plays in. But anyways, Kyrie Irving on the under 2.5 3 points made. This is pretty much his best prop that you could go with. Minus 135 juice on his under. This is actually better than Tatum play. It's better than the Brown play. It's the best star player that you could possibly go with on his under 2.5 3 points made. He got a whopping 0 3 points made last game if you guys care about that. So along with the juice, I don't think it's a problem to take his under 2.5 3 points. Now, one last star prop I'm liking is actually Jaylen Brown's under 6 rebounds. So it's set at 6 compared to 5.5 on the sports books. He pushed this last game. It's a pretty decent push potential prop. I wouldn't throw this into like a 2-man or anything, but if you're making a nice 6-man and you need one push prop, definitely go with Jaylen Brown's under 6 rebounds. On the sports picks, you are going to see massive juice towards his over, but I'm still comfortable taking at that 6 point. The top 3 are going to be Jason Tatum over 9.5 rebounds, Jaylen Brown under 23.5 points, and Kyrie Irving under 2.5. Then Jaylen Brown rebounds is going to be a shout if you guys do like the prop, or if you want to throw it in as a nice push line. As for the actual 6-man, these are the only plays that I've sent today that are actually starting a bit late because all the other ones are MLB and they basically started by the time I'm filming this video. So I don't really have a full 6-man there, and I'm not going to be building a full 6-man with just NBA players. So this is what I have for you. Over in the CFL, we have a stack on BC, over on the QB's passing yards, as well as over on the wide receivers. Receiving yards is going to be Vernon Adams Jr. Over passing yards, Alexander Hollins on his over receiving yards at 295.5 and 69.5. If there's bumps, it's okay to take. I would say like 1, 2, 3 passing yards or receiving yards of differential. It's still okay to take. If they get bumped by like 20 yards, obviously don't take it, but that is pretty decent there. Then we have a stack over in CS2. We got Audic versus Galleries. The first play is Turtle on his over 28.5 map 1-2 kills. The second play is Tomate on his over 26.5 map 1-2 kills. When you're taking esports lines, you definitely want to be comparing these lines to Underdog. Turtle set at 28.5 on Prizepicks, set at 29.5 on Underdog. We're getting a full kill of differential there. And then this tomato guy, whatever his name is set at 28.5 on underdog. On Prizepicks, we're getting him at 26.5. That's 2 kills of protection right there. Then I went for a stack on Minnesota. When I'm going double unders, I'm dictating the pace of the game. If the pace is super low, both of these girls both go under. Now, I did recommend those 4-star players that you could throw in here, and the reason I like those is because look at this. 5 into 125 here. But if I go and take Jaylen Brown under 23.5 points, this is going to be boosted to 27.5x rather than just 25. And you can see we make an additional $12.5 per $5 we put in. That's a massive boost. So what you could do, instead of going Cully on her under 36.5 points, rebounds, assists, and Kayla McBride on her under 21.5 points plus rebounds plus assists, which is what I originally had, you could swap out one of these girls, whichever one you don't like more, and then grab one of your favorite plays that I just went over here. In terms of juice, in order from best to worst, the best one is Kyrie Irving on his under 2.5 3-point made. Then we're going to go over to the rebounds and grab Tatum on his over 9.5 points. And finally, you would want to go with Jaylen Brown on his under 23.5 points. So definitely so long story short, this would be the best possible slip. We're going to swap out Kayla McBride for Kyrie Irving. If you don't like any of those NBA plays, then just go take the double under on WNBA. Let's lock this one in. Good luck, everyone.